What most people do not realize is a huge waste of money. Fit teas. If you want to take a laxative, just take a laxative, no need to disguise it as sipping tea. The utter horror of 16-year-old me drinking one of these, having no idea that fit tea was a genteel way of saying shitty. My god. Lol, my little brother made that mistake. Mom had bought the laxative chocolate. I hated taking the little pink pills to make it easier to take. Well, mom just put it back in the fridge, just wrapped in the foil. About 25 minutes later, my mom goes to grab something from the fridge, only to notice the bar was gone. It was about the size of a regular Hershey's bar, except like 2 little blocks were gone, so it was mostly still a full bar. Mom kind of panicked and asked if we ate it. Said no. Then we noticed my bro was kind of missing. Mom put 2 and 2 together. We found my brother in the bathroom begging for mercy on his butt. He was 6 at the time. That's actually your mom's mistake. You should make sure medicine is labeled, especially if it looks and tastes like candy and you have a 6-year-old around. Funerals are the biggest ripoffs. I mean, for the person who has passed, they get their funeral for free. Wasting food. Working in food and bev has taught me how much we actually throw away on a daily basis. Save the unused remains of vegetables, meat, bottoms of condiment jars, leftovers, and get creative. That shit adds up. Edit. Feel free to post some leftovers recipes or food scrap inspirations in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man. Fried mashed potatoes are delicious. Cold mashed potatoes. Any other good stuff I all want to throw in the mashed potatoes. Breadcrumbs. Try different flavors. Egg. Roll mashed potatoes with some flour in your hand until round and add a little more for. Set aside for about 15 minutes. Warm up your oil. Please say in Texan accent. Roll your balls in the egg, drain well, then roll them in breadcrumbs. Sometimes I also grate some pecorino or parmesan di Reggiano. Fry until golden brown. I'm not rolling my balls in that. What? You don't like adventures? Storage facilities. 98 times out of 100 y'all end up paying more than the stuff is worth in storage. Most of the time a staggering amount more. You are far better off selling your possessions off and buying new on the other side. The exception is 1 month when you are between 2 houses that are closing. Most of the time you end up with vermin infested dirty stuff that is worthless. My mom has been paying for a storage unit since 2004 to store her grandmother's china hutch. At one point I added it all up and asked if it was worth $24k. She told me yes, so I gave up. Being out of work due to COVID-19. I have learned that tequila is the biggest waste of money. I have solely been eating food at home since being out of work, and I'm genuinely shocked that I have been able to make my money stretch as far as I have. I am wondering how much I'll be able to save once things go back to normal, if I retain the habits I am practicing right now. I am kinda torn with this. On the one hand, I am glad that tons of people are going to learn the value of saving money and eating at home through all of this. On the other hand, I like having tons of restaurants to choose from, and if nobody eats at them, many will close. Tobacco. I added it up one day, and it was shocking what I was spending. Ended up quitting on principle alone. Advice I got from my nana. Whatever you would have spent on tobacco, put away in savings each week. Some of the best advice I have ever gotten. If it helps at all. I work at a gas station. One day the rep from one of the cigarette companies swung by to talk stock and whatnot, and how important it is to maintain the right amounts of the right brands and whatnot. Because customers usually only give a location 2 to 3 chances, forgive them for being out 2 to 3 times before leaving and never coming back. And when that happens, that's an average of $2,000 per year that you let walk out your door. IDK. Something about hearing it so concretely put into words what a given smoker represents to the tobacco company really struck a chord with me. It's one thing to hear about the cost of smoking from people who are trying to get you to quit. Somehow, it was another thing entirely to hear it from someone who wants people to smoke. Can confirm as a former pack-a-day smoker. When I quit I installed an app to tally up how much I was spending. It came out to $2,500/year. I've gone to Europe twice and Hawaii twice on the money I've saved. Damn. I'm gonna start smoking so I can quit. Think of the money I'll save. If you have any stories, please share them in the comments section below. We can look at this two ways. 1. Everything non-essential is a waste of money. 2. The joy you gain from them is worth every penny. I think most people know when they are wasting money, but they do it anyway because it is convenient, easier, or we just flat out want it. That is why we work. Money is just a tool to trade for things we need or want, and carries only the value we assign to it. Name brand OTC medications. Medicines like Tylenol and Pepto-Bismol usually have off-brand counterparts that are cheaper and work equivalently well. Picking up breakfast/coffee/lunch from a restaurant or something every day adds up quickly. It saves a lot of money to invest in some good coffee and a machine at home. Plus, pack your breakfast and lunch. If you get good at making food, it can taste just as good too. Hell, it does not even have to be good coffee and a machine. I bought a Mr. Coffee for $10 in 2016, and I spend $5 on ground coffee each month. And I drink 4 cups a day. It is the life. Former personal trainer here. My answer is PTs. 9/10ths do not have any idea what they are talking about. The courses to qualify are very basic and largely not very informative, and the majority of PTs also overcharge. I had a mental breakdown working as a PT, watching other PTs incorrectly instruct their clients in exercises like deadlifts and squats time and time again, only for so many of those clients to then come to me for help rehabbing injuries and issues they had developed. Do your research on the PTs you are considering giving money to. My part had a master's in exercise science from like a top 100 uni. She was the best. Spotted my flat foot without an MRI/X-ray/. She just stared at my leg as I was running. Also helped me improve my muscles 4 years after a fracture and no physio. With simple exercises I can do myself. Yes, this is the kind of stuff I want to hear. Some of the people who get into it actually love the science of movement and the human body, and that was how I fell into it. Those are the PTs worth their weight in gold, not only for their knowledge, but for the sheer fact that their care is genuine. I lost count of how many times I'd have clients switch from one of the other trainers where I worked to training with me, and they'd be performing one exercise or another, squats and deadlifts being the repeat offenders, incorrectly and or with pain, as they'd been taught it this one way, and all it would take is just paying close attention to make the changes that would help them mentally and physically, like with your PT. So pumped you had a good one. Going out to eat every damn day. Going out, I know it what annoys me. It is my friends who get food delivered to their house every single day and then complain about being broke. No shit. You just dropped $12 on a Big Mac because you were too lazy to go get it yourself. Scratch offs. I have worked in convenience stores and seen people who are not all that affluent regularly accepting $60 to $70 losses in pursuit of that one day where they make an $800 profit. And I can guarantee, with the numbers backing me up, that these people do not turn a profit overall. A lottery company would clearly not be in business long if it gave out more money than it made. Subscriptions. Get rid of all of the ones you don't use at least once a week. I got rid of my Pandora premium subscription and noticed zero difference in experience from the free version. This is a pro tip. Microtransactions in most video games. Pyramid schemes. They should really tighten the laws against this to make our multi-level marketing go. The nicest sounding term for pyramid scheme. Illegal too. Sad to see people constantly buy lottery tickets. By far, worst type of gambling with not much payoff. Tax on hope. Bottled water gets my vote. Tell me about it. It took so long to fill my pool. Buying the branded version of everything, especially simpler foods. Most unbranded products have the same or very similar ingredients for a lower price. Okay, but off-brand Oreos or no, they don't taste the same. And my husband grew up on off-brand Cheez-Its, and he agreed that name brand is better. There are some things that do not matter, like sour cream, but some things do. Edit. I believe you guys that Trader Joe's and Aldi also probably taste good. I am talking Walmart and other local grocery chain store brand chocolate sandwich or Kiosk, absolutely not. Most of the time they are not as thin and don't hit that dark chocolate taste. As for the Cheez-Its, You can pry the reduced fat Cheez-Its out of my cold dead hands. Even over the original name brand version. And again. Basic grocery store brand, not the same. I buy generic almost every time. But there are 3 brands that I'm feverishly, unapologetically loyal to. 1. Coca-Cola. Is it made by quite possibly the most evil, short-sighted, profits before everything company on the planet? Yes. Is Pepsi okay? Hell no. 2. Jif peanut butter. You ground your peanut butter yourself at the Whole Foods, and it has no long name chemicals in it. Cool. Enjoy your shredded bread and jelly mashup with a ball of that abomination squashed somewhere in there. My favorite kind of soybean oil is partially hydrogenated. Thanks. 3. Heinz. Fucking ketchup. The mom and pop burger joint down the street that just has Baguette labelless bottles may think they are pulling a fast one on me. But I know, as soon as that gritty, clearly not processed in Pittsburgh red sauce comes flowing out, I know, right off the bat, that it ain't Heinz. I have written off the smoothness of texture that Heinz achieves in the processing of their ketchup as pure fucking magic. They're down to the level of splitting atoms to eliminate grit. It's so damn smooth. There are fresh jars of Jif that aren't as smooth as Heinz ketchup comes out. The perfect balance of tartness, sweetness, salt, and tang that just hits when it's the real deal is unmistakable. And once you can identify it, you'll resent the unwashed heathens who go out and spend their hard-earned pay on hunts. Catsup. Catsup. Get the fuck out to here. As far as I'm concerned, fries are merely vessels for ketchup delivery. And I've abandoned whole orders of fries over not having that Iron City nectar to dip them in. Life is too short to settle for anything less. Menus razors. Even if you are doing the clubs or whatever, still so much cheaper and durable to buy a stainless steel Merca safety razor and 100 pack of blades. Bought both together for $45 6 years ago. Have not come close to using up the pack of blades. Never had a better shave either, excepting a straight razor shave at a barber shop. Haha, try women's razor blades. There is so much upselling going on there. It's not even funny. I buy men's razor blades to save money. Diamonds. Absolutely. I'm a jeweler. Don't waste your money. Get something prettier for less than half the price and you're going to be paying like 1/100th of the markup. Diamonds are the biggest ripoff in the world. If you can find one that's in your price range, I guarantee it's junk. If you are regularly, or even occasionally, purchasing 5-hour energy, get caffeine pills instead. The difference in price is huge. There are other ingredients, but it is the caffeine that gets the job done. I'd say the same thing to coffee drinkers, but I know there is often more ritual tied to that. Yeah, I drink coffee because I love hot drinks and the flavor. It makes me poop. Kill 2 turds with 1 stone. Nobody ever talks about the best benefit of having to work from home during this crisis. Pooping at your own bathroom at any time. No more listening to strangers dropping a deuce from the next door stall. Cable TV. Cigarettes. Morning coffee at a coffee shop. In Canada, Tim Hortons is a huge thing. People can go and spend $2.25 to 3 times a day sometimes. When you do the math, it really adds up. In Canada, Tim Hortons is a huge thing. Understatement there. I was shocked at how many there were clustered together. Don't get me wrong. In the States we have fast food restaurants in every city. Some have multiples of the same one. But Timm's were everywhere. It's borderline a cult here in Canada. And it's not even good. It's not even good. I went to Canada over a decade ago. And their donut holes were the best I ever had. Went back a few years ago. And they were shit. I was disappointed. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe for more content.